Hi, my name is Albert Bello. I'm an enterprise software selection specialist, and in today's video, I want to talk to you about SAP Business One. Stay tuned. Hi, my name is Albert Bello. I'm an enterprise software selection specialist, and in today's video, I want to talk to you about SAP Business One, history about this product, why SAP started to sell this product to small and medium businesses, and everything you need to know about SAP Business One before you pull that trigger and buy it. So, SAP Business One, I want to start with a little bit of history about this product because actually SAP Business One is not SAP. Oh, shocking news. Yes, it's not actually an SAP product. It was conceived by a company called Top Manage Financial Systems out of Israel. So it is interesting that out in Israel, they started this company in 1996. They started with that name, Top Manage Financial Systems, and they developed this product called Top Manage. They had a huge success when they hit this market for small and medium businesses, and they got to the attention of these big companies such as SAP. SAP at the time, back in 2002, so it's been 22 years now. I'm at the year of 2024 when I did this video. So at that time, SAP was already the top dog on big and corporations, big companies, large companies and corporations. So they were searching for new avenues, new revenue streams. So when they looked at the small and medium-sized companies, they saw that they had no fit with their solution at that time for companies in that size. So they bought Top Manage. So they rebranded that solution as SAP Business One. There is an interesting fact to that the moment that SAP rebranded Top Manage and called it SAP Business One, it gave somehow all its powerful name and Top Manage inherited all this fuss that was around SAP's name. So it is interesting that played a major decision factor in a lot of clients' minds throughout this 22 years. And it is interesting because the solution itself, the SAP Business One, although it's been on SAP's hands for more than 20 years now, and it had a lot of new features and functionalities added. It changed in versions. It changed in terms of functionalities, and it changed in terms of even the HANA database was brought into Business One, and now Business One is on top of HANA in-memory database. But if you think of the SAP rebranding this and bringing it to the market as its own solution, you will see that it's more of a marketing stuff than actually really bringing SAP German quality and SAP's German inception of business systems. So if you think of that, you will see and notice that still to this day, who is maintaining and who is still providing new features and functionalities to SAP Business One is the SAP Labs in Israel. So what is interesting about this is that we know of other SAP labs. There is one in Montreal. There is another one back in my home country, Brazil. But why do they chose to keep the knowledge and to keep the new developments in Israel. I'm now talking out of speculation. I don't know that for a fact, but I believe that when they acquired Top Manage Financial Systems, they also acquired their knowledge. They also acquired their brains. They also acquired people that were responsible for top management financial systems. And when they did that, these people are still around and they are still updating the solution themselves. And that's out of my speculation, but I feel like I'm close to reality. But that's not, really important. The important thing is that throughout 22 years, SAP had changed the product. It changed versions. It added new features, new functionalities. It made the solution look like other SAP products. So today, when you see the SAP Business One interface, it feels the looks and feels are similar to the S4HANA and the SAP by Design products. So in a nutshell, I just wanted to give you the understanding that if you're buying SAP Business One because it is an SAP product, you're not actually doing it. You're buying knowledge acquired by SAP about how to help small and medium-sized businesses, because it is a fact. SAP started to cater solutions to large and big companies and corporations. They never spoke to small and medium-sized business owners. They didn't know at that time much about their needs and their requirements. So the faster way to add a new product to their product line was to bring in outside knowledge. So that's why they acquired Top Manage Financial Systems. And the system itself, when it comes to getting updated and bringing in new features and functionalities, we see that it's growing and it's bringing into its core solution more and more functionalities, which is good. And I believe SAP will keep Business One as a viable option to small and medium-sized businesses for many years to come. On the other hand, close to that date, close to 2002, I believe it was around 2004 or something like this, or 7 if I'm not mistaken, SAP brought in, it launched SAP Business by Design, which in 2023, they said they will not continue to support new features and functionalities specifically to by design. And they chose to only issue new features and functionalities via BTP, which is their business technology platform. But this is a complete different story. I just wanted to give you a comparison that in one hand, you have SAP Business One focused on SMB. And on the other hand, you have also another SMB product called By Design, which was conceived and introduced to the market by SAP. So it's really an SAP German engineer and German quality product. But SAP is somehow choosing to give more attention to Business One instead of By Design. Well, anyways, they say they will keep both products alive. They're not sunsetting By Design, by the way. It's just that they will issue new features and functionalities via BTP, not anymore to that solution specifically. So if you need, add-ons, if you need new features and functionalities, and if you have By Design, you will need to get that from business technology platform, from SAP BTP. On the other hand, you have SAP Business One, which is positioned to small and medium-sized businesses, and it's a huge success throughout the globe. If you go to third world countries, SAP Business One had a good traction there. I don't see that much of that traction in the United States and in the companies that I work with, but perhaps it is because in the company I work for, Technology Evaluation Centers, we work with more medium and large companies than small companies. But on the other hand, recently I compared SAP Business One for an engineer to order company, and we had at SAP Business One as a viable option, but also we had other products, tier 2, tier 3, disputing that account. And it was proven that there were better options, at least for the engineer to order ERP type of ERP. We had better options for that specific client requirement set. We had better viable options with other vendors than with SAP Business One. But I don't want to lose track here. What I wanted to tell you about SAP Business One is that it is not an SAP pure breed solution. It's been, maintained and it's been kept up to date by a Israeli SAP labs. So people there, I don't know if they are from Top Manage or if still people from Top Manage still work on that. But the reality is that they kept the development of new functionalities under this Israeli SAP labs. Fine. Israelis are very good with technology. I'm glad they're doing that there. What are the advantages of SAP Business One? What are interesting things you should know about SAP Business One? First is that if you are a small and medium-sized business, and if you need standards and if you need best practices, that's a very interesting step you can take, because SAP Business One is a solution that brings a lot of standardization to your company, a lot of best practices to your company. If you want to adapt to standards and best practices, that can be a pathway for success for you. You can adopt it with SAP Business One. It has a set of add-ons that you can add to cope with industry-specific needs. So let's say you are on a niche and your company is focused on a niche, and value-added resellers are creating new add-ons every day for SAP so that you can add this functionalities to your core SAP Business One and run your industry-specific requirements connected with SAP Business One and that add-on. It has a multitude of add-ons, and there's a lot of VARs, value-added resellers, available in the market for solutions and catering to SAP Business One. I find interesting that you have those options and you can, utilize that to your advantage. But on the other hand, it makes complex to decide on which solution is best for you, because there are some vendors that they simply white label SAP Business One and they rebrand the SAP Business One with their own brand and they create a new solution. So when you are acquiring a new ERP, the core can be SAP Business One, but that vendor rebranded to your niche-specific, industry-specific needs, rebranded that solution with their name, and then you're tied to that vendor, to that VAR itself. So makes you a little bit uncomfortable with the idea of having just one vendor to talk to and one vendor to be your sole source of truth and your only option. When, on the other hand, if you are working with another tier 2 solution or tier 3 solution, perhaps you have more options. So let's say you are in this specific case of my client, you are an engineer to order company and you want an ERP for ETO ERP. Okay. Well, there are more than 20, 25 solutions out there that are specific to engineer to order companies, and some are specific to the very niche you are in. Okay. And it's like proven that when you go, to the level of choosing one vendor and you have multiple options, you can, have the leverage for negotiation. You can have the leverage and you can have the advantage of choosing the best fit solution for your company and have fallback positions. So if it doesn't go well with the first guy, goes well with the second guy and the third guy. What happens when you choose SAP Business One and you go with one of those rebranded solutions? Although you think you have SAP Business One as your fallback solution, you may find hard to get new intellectual property from other add-ons to simply say to that vendor, I don't want your add-ons anymore. I don't want your rebranded SAP Business One. I'll keep my Business One licenses, but I will, let you go, and I will search for new options and add-ons in the SAP world. Well, perhaps you will find that you don't have many options there. Although there is a multitude of add-ons available for SAP Business One, there aren't many for specific industries, So take that in consideration when you are evaluating if you are in a niche. So I call this niche crossroads. So when you are in a niche and you need a specific industry-specific requirements met, you may find those with SAP Business One because of these add-ons and this added, value by this VARs. But you are also hostage to this specific add-on developer. And on the other hand, you may not find anything out there with other vendors. For ETO, we know already that there's a lot of options, but you may not find, let's say, you are in the renewable energy market. I know I did renewable energy, evaluating SAP Business One as well. And I also did pharmaceutical distribution and POS, evaluating SAP Business One as well. I can tell you, in those two markets, in drugs distribution, pharmaceutical drugs distribution, and as well the renewable resources, you won't find much options within the SAP Business One world, okay? So have that in mind, because there are other options there. There are other options from other vendors that are industry specific. They only work with distribution of pharmaceutical. They only work with renewable energy, with utility for renewable resources. So think of that. Have that in mind. Perhaps if you are in this situation where, I'm going with SAP Business One because they have a lot of add-ons that can, deliver what I need. Well, maybe you want to expand the options and take a look at what is out there. There's another thing that, although this solution has been, updated and as well in newer versions, and the looks and feels, the user interface, it's new. It looks like the other two products that SAP has for ERP, the S4 and the ByDesign. Although it looks new, there are some add-ons out there that were built for older versions, but they still work fine with the newer version. But the thing about this is that when you are, in a demo, watching what the vendors are demonstrating, it feels that, the system is different. Somehow you gotta, to finalize a process, you are here, working on the SAP Business One. Nice, beautifully done. Then you gotta go to that process that, you can only do on that add-on, and there you will be in the older version, the user interface not so nice, and then it feels like you left the solution. Actually, you left the solution because you were going to the add-on, and then you gotta go back, and sometimes this back and forth between these two solutions, the SAP Business One and the add-on, they don't work as fast as we want. They're not fully integrated with the database, so maybe it needs a routine to update whatever information you posted here to get back to the Business One. So there are a lot of complaints with clients that I researched and I did reference checks that they say, hey, listen, solution, the core, the Business One, it's fine. But when you work with the add-ons and integrations with other solutions, it takes a while to update both things and to work around these routines between the add-ons and the SAP Business One. And the looks and feels make our users feel like they're doing something that they shouldn't be doing because it doesn't feel like they are doing something that is connected to the SAP Business One. So have that in mind as well. It can be a little bit confusing to your end users and can create some problems as well with the updated information you want, in real time and really fast. We've been listening to references and they gave us some inputs into this regard. As well, when you are evaluating Business One for medium-sized companies, and when I say medium-sized companies, you should think of companies that are already in need of a transportation management system, already in need of warehouse management, also in need of supply chain management, also in need of, a more robust financial planning and analysis, also in need of any other added functionality that doesn't come with the core package for Business One. Perhaps you will end up paying more to have all these add-ons and products added to Business One, and your bill of materials with SAP would be huge, and you'll be paying a lot of money to have every and each solution. That can be more expensive to you than buying perhaps the SAP S/4HANA cloud or SAP, a private or public cloud. So I must say that I had in the recent project a client that wanted to evaluate both solutions, and when we got the proposals from Business One and also the proposals from the S/4HANA had a lot of built-in functionalities that would cope with things that the SAP Business One could only deliver with add-ons. And when we put together the bill of materials for S/4HANA and the bill of materials for SAP Business One, the list was huge on this side, the list was smaller on this side, and the cost was similar to both. But have in mind that sometimes can even be more expensive to buy the Business One with all the add-ons than the S/4HANA, okay? But have in mind that if you are at that crossroad, if you are kind of touching the needs of a bigger company, you may want to go with the S/4HANA or with a tier 1 ERP of other brand, because Business One will soon be short to your needs. It's not for big companies, not meant for big companies and large companies. So if you are at that pivotal point of turning from medium size to big size to a large corporation, to a large company or a corporation, and you're growing fast, or you're going at a given pace like 20% every year, and you know you will get there, perhaps you don't want to do first Business One and then another solution because it's a total different implementation. Although Business One is also on HANA in-memory database, and S4 as well, they say, SAP say, oh, you will only update the solution, or you will only migrate from one to another. It's not that easy. It's a total new implementation. Even clients that are migrating from SAP ERP ECC are having a hard time to migrate to S4 because it's a total different logic behind it. It's a total different database behind it. It's a total different system. So you're moving from one legacy system to a new system. And it's the same with the SAP Business One and S4. So you may want to consider S4 if you are at that size and growing. You may want to consider S4 or other tier 1 and 2 solutions for your specific needs. It can be less costly to you, and it can give you all the space you need to grow. And finally, does it really worth it? Does it really worth it to you? Well, I say it depends, okay? First, and I've been seeing this in the market and I've been hearing this from clients. A lot of clients, they buy Business One because it's a brand that they are buying. It's SAP that they are buying. Well, first of all, as I said before, it's not an SAP product. It was top managed before. Although it's been capped by SAP, it's been, tweaked a little to be more SAP-like in 22 years. Still, the logic on it is still for small and medium businesses. It wasn't German built. It wasn't German quality in it. It wasn't a straight jacket as it is SAP's, older versions and older solutions. And they got them to that fame of being a very trustworthy solution. So it's more flexible, and it needs to be because it's catering to small and medium businesses. And that's why SAP bought that company, because they wanted to understand how it works with small and medium-sized businesses. So the logic is different, and it is a given that it should be different. So on this note, you're not actually buying the brand. Don't do that for buying the brand. I've been listening to and hearing this from a lot of clients. They say, it's SAP at the end of the day. But don't do that. You may find better options out there. Secondly, if you are at the niche crossroads I mentioned, perhaps you may find solutions that were developed specifically to your niche, and it's fully integrated. It's not an add-on to have, a warehouse for pharmaceutical. It's actually part of the core solution of that ERP vendor. And it's not an add-on for POS in your drugstore chain because it is part of the core of the ERP. So the ERP has the warehouse management and also the POS for pharmaceutical and drugstores because it was built for that purpose, for that niche. So perhaps if you go with SAP Business One, you will need to have SAP Business One as a core, then add-ons for everything you need, and then you will suffer with this integration problems I mentioned before and the database update and all of that. So have that in mind. You may find better options out there when you're talking about niche, but you may not find them. And then SAP is there with a lot of add-ons, and then you can, build this solution to fit your purpose. So it's a niche crossroads. You got to really look to what is out there so I can make that informed decision. Well, it may end up, third point is that SAP Business One may end up being expensiver than your other options out there, okay? Like tier 1 solutions and tier 2 solutions. Because you add so much to it and you got to work around all these integrations and all this, implementation of smaller solutions that you may end up spending a lot of money with services, with continued maintenance services, and as well in licensing. So take a look at other solutions if you are at that crossroad, okay? I see that SAP Business One, when it, caters and delivers to small businesses, it goes really well. But when it jumps to medium size and medium touching large, you have better options. You can find something that is better suited to your needs. And finally, if you need standardization, if you need best practices, and you are, switching from being a small business going to being a medium-sized businesses, it can be interesting to you because, yes, it brings a lot of knowledge. It brings in a lot of best practices. It gives you some best practices so you can now change from being a small company, a mom and pop shop, or mom and pop manufacturing where decision makers were close to the operational, but now you are in a mid-sized company world and environment where things need a little bit more compliance, and then this solution can bring that to you as any other that caters to the mid-size market. So it can be a nice solution. It can be a fine solution for that purpose. So finally, my recommendation to you is that if you are a small size company, and you want a standardization, you want best practices, it may be a good solution for you. It may be, but you also have other options in the market for ERP, and it can be niche, and you can find something that it's unique to exactly what you need. If you are medium size and you are on that crossroad that I said, oh, maybe we're getting into a large size company very soon, you should get evaluated all the options you will have in tier 1 and tier 2 as well, including the SAP S4, including other brands. But don't make a decision just based on price, because I've been seeing this quite often in my projects where clients, they say, oh, for sure S4 will be more expensive than B1. Well, put it all together first, have that huge list of materials and add-ons and services, and then compare it later. And even if you're comparing SAP Business One with other tier 2 solutions or other brands like Infor, like IFS, like Oracle, like Epicor, or any other brand, just, make a thorough evaluation on capabilities first, see if they're all fitting to your needs, and then look at that bill of materials and see how things add up throughout a span of time of 5 years at least. You may end up surprised by the fact that going for a tier 1 or tier 2 solution may give you room to grow, and as well a better price than the SAP Business One option. And if you are a big company, don't go for it. It doesn't make sense. And I will tell you why. Because all the processes and all the best practices that you need for a big size, for a large company or corporation, they're not there in SAP Business One, because that product was developed for small and medium-sized companies. Even these mediums are getting to large companies, it's not a fit anymore. So just have that in mind. That's not a product to somehow try to make it fit to your large corporation because you want to save money. Don't go for that. It's simply, it will be not aligned with the best practices. It won't be aligned with anything you need to have for compliance and to pursue your goals as a big or corporation company. Anyways, that's all about I have for SAP Business One. And if you liked this content, please ensure you like this video. Subscribe as well to my channel, but I will also ask you to subscribe to my company's channel as well. I work for Technology Evaluation Centers. It's a company out of Canada. We do deliver projects throughout this entire world, and especially in North America and United States. So if you want to have more content, please just like and subscribe to this channel and to my company's channel as well. I'll be preparing a new video only about SAP S4HANA. So if you're interested as well in knowing a little bit more S4HANA, go to Technology Evaluations YouTube channel and take a look there. Perhaps already published. And I'll be, eager to see you there and here as well. Thank you very, very much, and stay tuned. Bye-bye.